both your life and your show and the book. What message were you really trying to get across, and do you think it's people going to listen?
She asked what message do I feel like I'm trying to get across in the book. I tried to boil it down to one thing, but it was part of the whole impulse of writing the book in the first place was from my publisher asking me if I would be willing to write about losing my mother. And part of his thought with that is that there's very, very little literature that's specifically for young people dealing with loss or the loss of a parent. And so that was something that was of great interest to me. And I wasn't sure exactly what message per se, but it became clear to me in the writing of it that I wanted to be very, very as completely honest as possible, because I feel like in our culture there's so little room to really explore and express everything that happens to people in these kinds of crises. There's a little bit of a feeling like something you've got to get over, and if something bad happens in someone's life, generally the feeling, oh, I'm sorry, but then people are kind of scared to really go there with people, and it's complicated and freaky and scary. It's sad, but it also makes you angry. It's like a lot of different things, and so I guess if anything, to just try to show the whole cloth of human experience as a way of being a mirror, or there's comfort in company, in having not being alone in something. And then there is a phrase that Cy O'Neill, who runs Friends Indeed, who's become a friend of mine, that she shared with me. It's like almost like a template of the work that they do at Friends Indeed, and I hold it to be so true. And it is something that, if there's one thing that people say from, I could boil it down to that, is the only way out is through. And, as opposed to around or over or under or beside, you have to go through something and come out the other side of it. Do I think the book is reaching people? I think so. I mean, the feedback I've been getting has indicated that it has. Way beyond anything I ever thought it would, actually. So, we're in the sixth printing. It was a bestseller in Washington Post and New York Times and other places, so it's reaching people somehow. Some people. But and the people who have written me letters or talked to me and said that it has provided some comfort, which is very gratifying. Certainly.